Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is supposedly my first video in which I'll be doing my makeup and just talking and chatting, and we'll see what happens. So, let's just get into it. What I'm going to do is go in with this primer and just put that on my face. So, I don't know, okay, what I think I want to talk about is paranormal stuff, because that's just my interest. So we're going to start with that. So, I don't know, I know something that not a lot of people are a fan of. I just put it on myself. But it's something that I used to be, terrified of when I was a kid, but I ended up getting really interested in. So, whether you believe in ghosts or not, it's still a very unexplainable thing. Because there's lots of evidence that is caught, but it's like, well, is it real, is it not? Whatever. I'm gonna go in this Wet n Wild foundation on my face. My dog is barking. I think my food is here. So, I would love to have a paranormal experience. Unfortunately, I have not. Though, I feel like I wouldn't want anything to happen to my house, because that would freak me out. But, somewhere I was leaving, the next day, and I never had to go back. Would be ideal. This is just water to blend this in with, by the way. So, I have had some, minor experiences that you could chalk up to other many things, but I like to believe that I encountered something, and I can tell other stories I've heard from family members or anything, but something that I like to mention. I had a sleepover with my friend for my birthday at a very old club, which my uncle was a manager of, so we obviously had access there and we could go do that. It's a big old mansion. And it was scary. But it was fun. And we would go in the middle of the night and just go to the bathroom and take pictures. In this old bathroom. So one of the pictures, they were all live photos, right? And one of them, we were playing it back, and we heard this loud shriek. Ghostly shriek in the video. Which obviously we did not hear in real life. Because we would have, noticed. I remembered, and we were both kind of scared. It was very odd. My uncle said that it was just kind of, there's a machinery up there, but I think she looked at the video and it was very hard to explain. So, I don't know what happened with that. But that's kind of the thing I've had there. And I've had a lot of family experiences there. So my grandfather also works there, and he said, I think once he heard a little boy call out or something, and my uncle, his apartment is on the top of it, because it's the manager's apartment's there. So he had his shoes all spread out on his floor, and he goes on to work and comes back, and his shoes are on a neat line. Also, my grandmother was there with my people from family from out of town, and they were at the club, and my uncle didn't want them to go up to the apartment, so he locked the door. But he had to go up there to go to the bathroom or get something, and the door was unlocked. And it opened right up for him. So that was very weird. My mom claimed there was a portal in the floor in one of the rooms. Or I felt like there was a weird, portal, a hole in the floor. And my cousin, who's 2, he walked there and he just kind of stumbled in that exact spot. Which could was just be him stumbling, but I think it was weird that if he was whoa. Which I think is just strange, but that's kind of what's ever happened. There, at my dad's house, that house I feel is probably haunted, minorly. My light would be on sometimes, or I would hear, weird things. I do have cats, so it's, whatever. And then, every once in a while, there'd be this knock in the same spot on my wall next to my bed. Not this bedroom, my dad's bedroom. My bedroom and my dad's. And it was scary. I was it didn't scare me. I was okay, but there's no tree outside of that room. There's nothing outside that would hit the wall. There's nothing on there. Like, there's nothing there. And a bird kind of kept hitting that same spot over and again. Because it's like, it was really weird. You know, I don't know. Nothing's really happened here except for just... I've heard weird sounds. But that doesn't necessarily have to be paranormal. But my friend's house is very, very old. And there hasn't really been a ton of things there, but part of me does believe that it might be haunted. It's very old, which doesn't mean anything, but it could. It's like an old, like, 1800s farmhouse. So I spent lots of nights at her house. And I've always just gotten weird vibes, some weird noises from certain rooms in her house, but, like, nothing that bad, you know, just maybe, like, an old vibe. Or just creepy, you know, from being there. So, I always thought that was weird. But, where was I? So, my friend's house, right? Okay. So, I think there was this one time, and this is kind of just a hunch, but her brother, when he was a little bit younger, he's still pretty young now, but when he was like 1 or so, around that, he would go to nap in his crib, which his room is kind of like a closet. It's like a really giant closet off the master bedroom. But the closet also has a closet, so it's like, I don't even know what it is for, but perfect spot for a nursery, right? Well, he would get very scared, and he would stare at the closet, when he would go in there. Or even when he woke up, he would just be staring into that closet. This, like, closet within the nursery. And also, we were up there one time, and my friend's cousin said she heard something whisper her name. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to trust her, but I don't know. And then, nothing really else. I've heard sounds in our house, but that could also be just like, there's, you know, things. It's not make a video. And at my middle school, I never personally had experience there, but I'm going to preface by saying I've always wanted to perform in a haunted theater. I don't know why, but I just really want to. My middle school is supposedly haunted. I performed at quite a many shows there. Not that many, like a few. But, because I'm a theater kid. And my aunt, who runs the before and after care program, she said that she's reported, she said 2 employees that at different times, they weren't together or anything, they didn't work together, reported heavy boot footsteps in the auditorium. So, I think it's pretty crazy. I always had a weird hunch about that place because it's very, like, old and whatnot. So, you know, I don't know. We used to tell this girl at summer camp that Bloody Mary was coming for her. Or, like, I don't even know. People, like, did weird stuff in summer camp. I don't have a ton. There's also one I forget. But I don't have, like, a ton of ghost stories. But I really would like to experience something. Obviously. I mean, what else? What else do I talk about? We can talk about my shows. My hair is a frizzy mess right now. So just this couple weekends ago, I was in Apply. Actually, wait, before I change the subject, I have a picture. That was taken, years ago. At my aunt's house. So it's really zoomed in because I zoomed in and screenshot it, but this is a figure in the back of a family photo. I don't know if you can see that, but right like there. I'll insert it. My there's a figure. You guys see a figure. There's a person back there, or it was a ghost, I don't know, but it's very creepy. But let's get into the theater. So, this past weekend, or not weekend, it was like a couple weeks ago, I performed in a play. It was very fun. It wasn't like a mainstream, big musical, but it was like this play called The Customer is Always Wrong. And it was very fun. I had a small part. But it was a good experience because I just love theater. And this is my second show at this particular school. And it was really fun. And earlier this year, I did another show at this school in which I got a lead. My first school show at this school, and I got the lead. I was Edgar Allan Poe in Nightfall, which is like a collection of Edgar Allan Poe stories. So, awkward role, but very, very fun. I got to be Mattel to the Heart. You know Mattel to the Heart, then. So it was very fun. It was a really good experience. And prior to that, in middle school, my first show ever was The Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I was Mrs. Rabbit. And then later down the line, somebody quit, and I got cast as child number 1. And that was really awesome. And then that same year, I did Seussical the Musical, Junior. I was a bird girl. I originally auditioned for Maisie, and then I got a call back for Star Kangaroo and JoJo, and I got bird girl number 2. So that was a good experience. That was my first time ever having the mic, which seems weird, but yeah, my costume was very, very pretty. It was very cute. It was very fun. And then next year I did Number of the Stars, which I was Mrs. Johansson, which is not a book, it's a play based on a book. And I was only which is the mom main character. I was only her in Act 2 because I had double cast a lot of parts. Most of them, it was like, they would switch. So like one night, one would play Act 1, one would do Act 2, and the next night they would switch. So, but mine, I only ever played Act 2. And I think because me and the other girl who was a part in Act 1, they both did cheerleading, and that might have been the reason. So it was easier for us to do that. And that's a very, viable reason. I'm not, complaining, but that was also a really good experience, because that was a really fun show to be a part of. Like, based on a very rich events, but it was a lot. It was a very, kind of bucket list show, where you have, like, things you want to do in theater, like, I don't know. But it was very enjoyable. And then later that year, we were doing Singing in the Rain. I was passerby number 1 and, like, movie critic number 1. My script was in the other room. Like, I literally still have it from, like, years ago. And then COVID happened, so... Which is good, because I didn't really do it anyway, because I, cried last rehearsal we had, because, I was gonna move around with being yelled at, so I just cried. I wasn't even that old. Like, don't, So oh my god. So now we're gonna go in with, my Lisa Frank palette, and I think we're gonna do some kind of, I don't know. We're just gonna go with that. I think I want to start with this, greenish blue. So yeah, I have a lot of mishaps from the show that I can talk about, because it's very fun. So this past show, The Customer is Always Wrong, there's a scene in the end where the waitress character squirts ketchup and mustard, or she just throws condiments and water onto the, bad customer. I was a bad customer in the movie theater scene with another character named Jordy. So it's a scene of Heidi, the waitress, and Neve, this lady who was being, a jerk, a Karen. So she, throws water on her, ketchup and mustard in her purse, and whatnot. And this was the last rehearsal before the show. So this was earlier the night of the opening night. We were rehearsing. And I am friends with the girl who played Neve, so the Karen, the bad customer. And, she had a little purse. I was like, okay, can you put my phone in your purse so I don't have to worry about it? She's like, okay. So, during none of the rehearsals did we ever rehearse the throwing the condiments for real. And even in this rehearsal, she didn't do the water. But I guess the director told Heidi, the character, or the actress, to put ketchup and mustard on the table into the purse. Now, we did not know this. So when I put my phone in her purse, I did not know that was going to happen. So I'm off stage watching, and I just see all these condiments go on top of my phone. And I freak out. Obviously, I panic. So I run on stage, and we were both panicking because her phone was in there too. But I guess she took them out, thank goodness, before that happened. Because that would have been really bad. So my phone's like, I'm replacing it soon, but I feel like it would have been crappy if I had to do it earlier because it was covered in ketchup and mustard. So that was not good. But luckily, it was a false alarm and nothing happened. But, very scary. And then the second night of the show. So my costume, I had a dress and I couldn't zipper it. So I had a corset and wear that under just to kind of help it fit. And then I also had that dress, and I was wearing combat boots because my character was very wild. I'll show you the picture. I'll insert it here if I can. But she was very, very, very wild. Like, crazy, over the top. I had duck earrings, crazy makeup, the whole thing. So I had a very weird outfit. And also this big fur scarf. I don't think I had the scarf when this happened, but I might have. I don't know if I had it with me, but we decided we're gonna go run out and peek and see who's here. I could have done it before, not unprofessionally, but we're gonna peek. So So if you walk backstage and there's a long hallway, and you walk in 2 doors in that hallway. In the hallway there's doors lead you to 2 points backstage and the 2 bathrooms that lead into the dressing rooms. So we walked up back the hall. You walk down this hallway where there's some stairs and then a ramp, and it's kind of steep, and it was it's steep down and then stairs up. And it leads to the lobby. So we peeked around. But as we're walking, I'm talking. Because I want to be like, oh, let's do the Scooby-Doo head thing where we stack our heads. Which I think we did the next day. We were really trying to do it. That's really funny. I missed the stairs. And I fell. I tumbled on the stairs. In my dress and my corset and my boots and whatever. And I start laughing. It hurt really bad, but I start laughing it. And my friends are on the floor cracking up. And it was funny. I'm not blaming them. It was really, really funny. So my friends were like, oh my god, are you okay? Let me help you up. And I was just not. I was laughing because it was really, really funny. It was really funny. I'm not bad, but so then this assistant director comes back and he's like, oh my god, did you fall? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, whatever. This was the hearing thing, it was funny, but my leg had a giant bruise on it, and it still kind of hurts. And it was kind of it was a not good fall. And I was very kind of bruised after that. I felt bruised all over my body. It was bad. But I performed that, I was fine, but my friend had me sit. And then we were doing a pre-show ritual backstage. Oh, here's telling us, what we need to know for the show. The director, who was in a baby costume because he played a part that wasn't in the script. Okay, there's a scene. So the first scene is the first scene where they're actually doing anything after the introduction is babysitting. The other character is a nanny, and the first family is this very fancy lady with very kind of crunchy but not really crunchy. I don't know how to describe her, but kind of. And her kid is this, and she yells at him, but it's supposed to be off stage. She'll spray him with the bottle, but off stage. This character isn't really a character. He's just kind of talking to him as if he's off stage. But my director thought it'd be, funny and good to play this character, and he's an adult man. So he's in a baby costume because he's playing a 2-year-old. And it was really funny. So he was like, did you fall? I come back there and he's like, you fell? Did you fall? And I was like, yeah. So are you okay? He's like, I'm fine. And then obviously it's hard to take serious because he's in a baby costume. And that was really funny. But I was fine. And my friend's like, you need to sit down. My friend was like, I have do you need anything? And I was like, I'm fine. And then I performed and it was good. But yeah, it was really painful. But it was, fine. Really funny though. And nothing even really big happened that. Actually, the first night, this kid's mic fell off. I was on stage, just fell off. I was dragging behind him and you could hear it. And my mic was really difficult because they didn't have a lot of stage, people were just quitting. So the actors had to go help move sets. So after my friend's scene, which is the other nanny scene, my friend's scene, who I got my mic from them to put my mic on for my scene. And I'm going to have to concentrate here for a second. Let me put it back. And then it's done. It looks really, actually, okay, I'm not done, but I can do this real quickly. So I would kind of forget to grab my mic from them because I would go off and start helping them move sets. So this caused issues. Because they had to come find me and, like, Riley, and I'm like, I'm coming, hold on. And I got the mic on, but my dress didn't zipper, so it was kind of just pinned to my shirt, so it would kind of just stay up. It was fine. Like, it wasn't a big of a deal because we didn't have any other options. It was a very short notice. And it was fine. It wasn't a big deal, but, and they're really understanding about it, too. Like, it wasn't anything. But, so, the mic was hard to put on because of that, but you could put on my corsets, like laces. So we did that. And it kind of fell off, so it was hard. And then I'm going back to get ready, and it fell off. We're trying to fix it. I'm trying to get help for everybody. Then to go pass it on, but luckily she was there to do it. I had to go pass it to the girl that wore the ram suit. For a scene where she was playing a ram for Ram Burgers, which was our school mascot, so she was a ram and not anything else. And it was really fun. You know, I don't know one of the smoother shows I've done, but I have some ideas about the earlier show too, so Nightfall, which was the lead. I had this very ugly wig that I was not told about. Opening night, and I curled my hair too. Well, first of all, our first show was canceled because of snow. So we only ended up having 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday. And they still went fine. But opening night, my director comes in the dressing room, tosses the wig on the table. Here's Riley's wig. I'm wearing this ugly brown, like this ugly black wig. So I'll put a picture, if I can. And it was really bad. Yeah, it really was bad. It was itchy and uncomfortable, but I had to wear it. And it was, whatever. Whatever. I was complaining, but I wasn't really I was complaining a lot. But it was fine. And then I had to carry a candle. So I would walk on stage with the candle, say my little quick monologue, go to the desk, and the people would start talking. Let's join the Raven. And the characters from The Fall of the House of Usher would kind of narrate as I would do things. And I would say, like, dialogue. Because I was Poe. And the Pit and the Pendulum, I would narrate. I wasn't in The Fall of the House of Usher. Pit and the Pendulum, I kind of narrated off stage. And then The Touch of the Heart, I was the main guy who, kills the guy with the, eye. If you ever read The Touch of the Heart, or any of those stories. But, so I had to come on, candle, talk, sit at my desk, put it down, talk, whatever, and then at the end of the scene, I'll blow it out. And I was so worried. So my director, I was sitting behind kind of curtains, where we were so close, I was kind of out of the way so they couldn't see me. But the front curtain would open too. It was closed. So I come over, light the candle. I have to be for the show. It was very scary, holding like real fire. And I'll do it, and it was fine. Like no mess ups with that. Thank gosh, but it was fine. Scary, but fine. And then I think during the Touch of the Heart, I had to carry it into the old man's room and like look in there. I think they would like relight it before that. But the last night where I killed him, I didn't, because I had to go like get off bed and whatever. So I didn't do it then, but it was like it was a really fun part to play because of that. It's one part because there's a lot you get to do that, like a lot of bucket list items I was going to do when I do theater, but the wig was very scary. My costume also was kind of ugly. It was not my cutest moment, but take what you can get. And I mean, everything was good. No other huge mishaps, I don't think. I had a lot of lines. Shocked I didn't forget any. Actually, something funny too. So I memorized my lines for the Pit and Pendulum. Almost. It was really hard. But I was saying them off stage, so he said I could use my script. I was like, okay. So some people, and backstage, if you had your script back there, people would always like ask you to look at it so they could like refresh your lines. So if someone would look at my script, I'd be like, hey, but make sure you flip it back to the page I was on. Because I need it. I did a little bit in the beginning of Pit and Pendulum on stage, and then go off stage and start narrating. I had to be, there's a little light back there at the prop table. So I had to be ready to go back there, grab my script, start reading, find the light, be able to see what he was doing on stage so I could like narrate him properly, which was a challenge, to say the least. It was fine. Like, a little scary to try to figure out, like, getting back there and doing all that. It was difficult. But it was fun. And then, I didn't really have any other big theater mishaps. I forgot a couple lines. Actually, did I? Which one would it have been? That I had to improvise. I was to improvise for other people, like in Number of the Stars. I had to do that. My daughter was not for her lines. I'd be like, we just got back from the hospital, because I like broke my ankle in the play. It was really fun. But I'm gonna wrap this up because my makeup is finished and this video is dragging on a little long. So here's the finished look. It's just a little lot. The camera quality is so bad. I'm so sorry. My computer doesn't have very good camera quality, but I'm working on that because my phone doesn't have storage. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.